Shaker at Coffee 319, and this is new in Shaker.
Brand new here in Shaker Heights.
Yeah. So how often do you drink coffee?
Well, I used to drink 2 cups a day, but now I've slowed down. I've been drinking decaf.
Yeah.
Because it's just a physical act.
It's the ritual. It's
Yes.
the ritual. Yeah.
I've been drinking my decaf.
It's my thing every morning to try. I don't want to say I have a good day only if I do this, but my best days are when I wake up, make my coffee, and just sit and me and you get this.
Oh,
we
yeah.
Just stare out the window.
Stare out the window, just look out.
And be quiet. So Sia Nyorkor, Emmy nominated journalist, just
Shanice Settle.
recognized by the Cleveland Press Club. Did I say it right? Yes. So you have been working in journalism for now how long?
Well, I have to age myself.
No one knows.
19 years?
Okay. So I can just
Almost
say
2 decades.
That's all you have to say. I mean,
Almost
are
2
you
decades.
exposing yourself, or are you letting the world know how awesome you are at aging?
I don't know.
Those are the PR. You see that how you write it.
There you go. I'll tell you, I don't mind being called auntie.
It's fine. I'm not gonna call you auntie. But so the thing is with you is that when I was thinking about talking to you here, I'm like, there's a million different things I could talk to you about, because not only are you so good at what you do, but you just have an awesome personality. You have an awesome story too, just like with your career, and like just always like some wisdom you sprinkle on. To me, I mean, we worked together for 2-3 years at 19, so you've given me a lot of gems over the years. So there's so much I could have talked to you about, but I thought about, for you, I feel like not the defining moment in your career, but one of the biggest things was your choice in New York to move to Florida.
Yes.
And so I know we can't go into the long story, but you finished your master's degree, and you can kind of take it from there. What made you decide to move?
So after grad school at Columbia, I needed to get a job to be in front of the camera, and typically, you know, in our field, we don't start in New York City or LA or Chicago. You gotta start at the bottom. And so I had to pack up my car, put it on the train, and head to Gainesville, Florida. And it was a big culture shock. In terms of TV markets, Market 1 versus Market 163. And it was just huge, because you leave New York City where it's so diverse and there's so much culture and food and languages and stuff. And then you're going to this small town in the South, you know, where it's like pretty much a college town.
Gainesville, Florida, right.
Yeah, pretty much a college town.
At the time when you were in New York, so take us back.
Yeah.
That's not an easy jump in itself, just the actual, but so were you nervous to do that?
You know what, I was, but I had so many people that told me, you know what, and they're so right, they're like, Sia, New York is always gonna be here. Think about it, where's New York going?
Yeah.
New York is always gonna be big. If you wanna come back after you do your little tour of duty, you know, you can come back. And so I kept that in mind. And, you know, I have appreciated moving all over the country. You know, Gainesville, Florida, Wichita, Kansas. I did some time in New Jersey. I'm here in Cleveland. You know, you have to kind of, you know, move around to you know, get the skills that you need to survive. So if I wanted to go back to New York, I think I'd be welcome there. But I kind of like that I've gotten to see other parts of the country.
Do you ever look back, because I'm sure there was at some point where you were like, because the backstory that I think too is like, you were already in a way established there, like you were working in journalism, like you were saying, you just, you know, you didn't have the job you wanted being on camera, but you were with a great organization and company that came with a lot of prestige in itself. Yeah. So to take that jump, but now to look back at it, do you think, like, what do you think would have happened if you would have?
Man, I don't know. That I don't know. I don't have any regrets about leaving the New York City area, not at all. I miss the people and the places and the things there. But I mean, I go back and I visit. But had I not left New York, I know that I probably would not be in front of the camera. Because it just usually doesn't work out that way.
It never would have been what you would have wanted it to be.
No, and I wouldn't be as strong as reporter as I am now, because in those small markets and in those small communities, you learn how to multitask. You know, Shanice, very well. You do it all: the camera, the editing, the digital, the social media. the presentation.
Everything.
So you do everything. So
the makeup, the styling,
the glamour.
Right. Would you know? And I agree, like it's crazy with TV and even our stories. I didn't like necessarily move, but the whole idea of a jump, because I was in PR before TV. And so I could have kind of stayed on that path, but I remember thinking like, this is not exactly what I want to do right now. And being like, waking up one day and being like, I'm going to go get my master's in broadcast. And people were just kind of like,
what?
Why? But I think even now, like with my journey with reporting, and I know you'll agree, is that like reporting is like a life lesson.
It really is.
It's not like, it's not even just a job. Like I'm like a completely different person because you meet people on their like best and worst days.
You do. And you learn how to multitask. When something falls through, you have to turn around and come up with something else, but not let it get you down, not show the emotion, not show like, oh man, like, you know, it's all in your face and your actions. So
for someone else who might be considering a jump, thinking of a jump, what would you say?
I tell them to do it. I do. I say that all the time. I'm just like, why not? Like, I never thought, I'm from Indiana originally. I never thought I would be in New York City. Never thought I'd be in Florida, Kansas, Ohio, like all these different places. And had I not left the nest, I wouldn't have been exposed. Because you can always go back home. That's the thing. You can always go back home, or you can always go back where you came from. You know, so I say just do it. Why sit and be scared?
Yeah, and I think too, like it's not always just a jump, like physically. Like I think like figuratively, like a jump in just like what you're doing or thinking. Because that's the other thing too, like, you know, being from Cleveland, people are always like, oh, you can't do this in Cleveland, you can't, whatever. I started my TV career in Cleveland, like you can do anything you want. You know, you can do anything you want. So sometimes it's just like a jump in mindset, but.
So I feel that though, but
and look, I mean, this is your second Emmy nomination.
This is my second one in Cleveland.
Cleveland's been good to you.
And I love Cleveland. I love Cleveland. People are always surprised. I'm like, you guys are sleeping on Cleveland. But I don't want to tell too many people because I don't want everybody to move here and then the prices skyrocket. So
I don't know.
But I love the 216, and so I've been here 4 years, and I think I want to stay here for a little bit.
I hope you stay here forever.
I want to stay here too.
No, I'm kidding. I hope you stay here for as long as I stay here because I don't want to be here without you. So as long as that is.
Yeah, change can be good. Like for some people, I know some people that tried to you know, it's hard being away from your family. It's hard not knowing people.
That's the toughest
It's hard not being established. Every time you move, you have to start over. And it's hard. You have to start over professionally and personally, and it's tough. You know, but man, it's been worth it. Like I have friends and family all over the country because of change. You know, like there's really not any place I can't go and be like, hey, I know this one or that one. Let me call this one.
You have a million friends. But I think too, like the other thing is like you can't. Like I'm a creature of habit. Like if I could, I would eat Chipotle every day and just like have everything be the same. But at the end of the day, like they say, change is the only constant thing. Like you're never. You have to adapt.
You just have to keep going until you decide. You know what? This is it. That's it. Like for me, I had dreams of like, you know, maybe going back to New York and working at the network, and then I came to Cleveland and I said, you know what? I kind of like it here. I like.
And next the network will call you and you'll be gone.
I don't know about all that. But I like it here. I like my life here. I like the stories I get to tell, the people I meet.
Cleveland is an awesome city. I mean, especially in terms of reporting. Because you get, we got sports. We still have sports with Brown.
We do.
Social justice, development, everything that happens here.
This has been the best career, the best reporting of my career has been in Cleveland.
And it would have never happened had you not have left.
No. So I'm very, I'm very excited about that. So.
Good. Why did that